We're going to talk about how you're going to navigate around QuickBooks. And the most important thing in QuickBooks is going to be setup. I tell everyone that if you're going to run an operation and you're going to do it virtually, you're going to do it online to get your accounting all squared away or your bookkeeping all squared away, the most important thing is going to be sure that you are set up properly. Because if you're maintaining your books and it's inaccurately being maintained, at the end of the year, you're going to have what I would call a major mess, right? And so you don't necessarily want to have that to be able to pass that on to your accountant to do, because then it's going to take time and money and effort to clean that up. So let's just talk about navigating around QuickBooks. This right here on the left-hand side, left-hand bar, this new plus what we call the create menu is where you would go to do all of your functions. So if you want to create an invoice, receive payment from a client, if you want to do a credit memo, a sales receipt, this is where all of your stuff is, this is where all of your activities are going to be, or your action or create menu is going to be. Any vendor expense, checks that you need to write, if you need to pay a bill or to enter a bill, a purchase order, if you want to print your checks, again, this is where you would go to actually do all of those activities. And we're going to walk through some of these here in a little bit, just a little bit more details, so you would have that information as you are conducting your bookkeeping and accounting. Also on the left-hand bar, you can see there's a dashboard, and the dashboard gives you kind of an overview of what's happening in your business. It lets you know if there are any invoices that are open, still to be paid. We see that this amount right here is not due yet. Gives you just a quick snapshot of what's happening in your business. Here are checks that monies that were received that have not been deposited yet. Here's the amount that's been deposited in the last 30 days. This is where your expenses will appear. These are your bank balances over here to the right. This is a quick view of what's happening. Your credit cards will also appear here as well. Profit and loss, it shows you your net income for the last 30 days. So it's a 30-day, pretty much a 30-day window. Here are the sales that we did for the last 30 days, okay? So that's a quick view on your dashboard of what's happening in your business. On this next tab, we have banking, and we're going to come back to banking here in a little bit. Banking is going to cover a variety of things that we're going to talk about, which is banking rules. We're also going to talk about receipts and some slick little pieces that we have going on right now with some new features under the receipts area. Banking, right now you can see the checking account, the savings account, MasterCard. We're going to talk about how to link those here in a minute. Under your expenses, please keep in mind that some of the same things you're going to see under these options here, under these tabs, you're going to also find up here at the create menu. And every time you see this green button, this is your action button. If it's green, this is going to be the logical next step if you're wanting to do an action or do a create type activity. This gives you right here just a visual of all the expenses or expense related transactions that have happened. And right now you can see it gives you about 63 transactions. Just you can kind of glance and see, here's a credit card expense, cash expense, expenses. You can see a variety of things here. Under our vendor menu, and we're going to talk about this a little bit later on as well, you can see this is where you're going to create a new vendor. This gives you a list, a quick glance of all of your vendors. And then this is a search box. If you're looking for a specific vendor, you may have thousands of vendors in here, who knows? But this is a quick search box. If you're looking for a specific vendor, you can actually pull them up individually. On this bar, it gives you a quick glance. You can see there's one purchase order. There's 4 overdue bills, right? These are due to be paid. There's $1,600 and $3 in open bills. And then these are the items that we've paid in the last month. You can actually do a quick glance on that right here from here.